Hi guys, welcome back. Today's topic is how to deal with challenge or difficulty in your life. And today I'm going to share with you a couple of very important and super powerful exercises that you can do while watching this video. And I promise you, if you do the work, you're gonna have outstanding results and absolutely amazing performance. Are you ready? Let's do it. Now I want you to grab a pen and a piece of paper where you can take notes and actually do the exercise, because it's impossible to do exercise in your head. You need to be able to put it on a paper. All right, pause the video, grab pen and notepad and come back. Welcome back. So the first exercise is know your challenge. Think about the challenge, what it is, how it appears in your life, what emotions you feel. Take a moment and write it down. Put everything that comes in mind. My challenge is blank. Maybe you have a challenge in your married life, maybe it's a challenge in your business, maybe a challenge in your relationship with your kids. Whatever it is, write it down. Put everything on a paper. Do not hold back. Also, write down how you feel about the challenge and go deep inside of yourself. See everything that occurring. See how you actually end up in this place and start putting on the paper. Do not hold back. Everything should be on it. When you finish the first exercise, I want you to go to the second exercise, which is the worst case scenario. It's very powerful exercise because in that moment when you start writing about what can potentially go wrong, I want you to be in that situation. Think about events, people, yourself. What will happen if you're actually in that situation? And everything that you thought of being okay, now it's completely crushed. You have to relive that scenario in order to get to the next level, which will be a solution. So take your time, pause the video, do the exercise. All right, welcome back. When you finish your worst case scenario exercise, I want you to take that piece of paper that you have in front of you with everything that you wrote on it and find the person who you trust. Could be your wife, your husband, maybe your kids, maybe your parents, maybe your friend, maybe your coworker, anyone who you trust. If you don't have that person, you can use a stuffed toy, or you can use maybe a certain statue that you have, or something you can talk to. You can take a book even and talk to it. Take that and talk to their inanimate object or talk to the person and tell them, I'm doing that exercise and I want to read to you the worst case scenario so they know where you're coming from, and start reading it again and again and again. You may read one time, 2 times, 3 times. You just need to read non-stop. And their job, if you're actually using a person, not an object, is to not interrupt and do not say a word while you're reading it. So the more you read, the funnier the situation will occur. And the funny situation will occur, the more at ease you will feel. Normally what will happen in probably 99.99% of the cases, when you read the same challenge over and over and over again, you start laughing about the situation. So it's not that important anymore, at least in your mind. It might still exist in the outside physical world, but it's not as important because you feel so much different about it. When you finish writing down when you finish reading about that scenario and having someone laughing out loud with you, you will find a solution. And the solution might not come immediately, and most of the times it actually comes in some way. It might come the following day, it might come in a couple of days, but you will get something that will help you to get out of that situation. And guess what else happened? That worst case scenario will not be a scary place for you anymore. It will be a funny place. It will be a different place. And some people might go through certain challenges that they cannot see that's a funny place, especially if, God forbid, someone lost a loved one, a person has a terminal sickness. That's a very different scenario, and it is something very specific that I'm going to talk on my different videos of how to deal with the loss of the loved one or with the loved one who has a terminal sickness. For this particular exercise, it may not work exact that way, but I will have a separate video on that particular subject. So for everyone else who, again, trying to figure out how to deal with challenge in business or personal, what you want to do here after you got your feedback from your loved ones, or if you didn't get feedback from the inanimate object but you still laughed out loud, you want to write down solutions, because there will be solutions that will come to you by doing that exercise. And also you can think of solutions that you had before. What can you do right now in order to be in action? Not waiting of what life will bring or what circumstances may appear, just being in action. What can you do? Write it down. And after you finish writing down what you can do, put dates and time. When are you planning to take a certain action in order to get the result which will bring you closer to solution of the challenging or difficult situation? After you commit to the date and times of the action that you want to take, and also you stick to your word and you will not procrastinate in order to take those actions, you will end up in a much better place where you will be looking for solutions. You'll be excited about doing something to find the solutions, and now that worry and anxiety that you have about the situation will either diminish significantly or they just won't exist. And after that part is done, I want you to do something very powerful. It's called a gratitude exercise. The gratitude exercise is basically your appreciation for who you are. I want you to thank yourself, first of all, for doing the work. Secondly, for taking action outside of your comfort zone. And thirdly, for acknowledging yourself for what you've done for people around you. I'm sure you did many powerful, positive, important steps, actions, where you help to transform lives of many folks around you, right? So write it down. Write it down, that list. And also, when you finish writing down that gratitude list, call a couple of your friends or maybe your family and ask them, can you tell me 2 or 3 qualities, good qualities about myself that you appreciate the most, and see what they say. And add those qualities, if they're not on your list, to your gratitude list. That will help you to look at yourself from much more positive light. And I promise you that will add to the transformation experience. And as a bonus to this video, I want you to go to my YouTube channel. It's Ester Osher, where you can find many different tips on mindfulness, on the breath work, tips on how to work on bad habits, and many other cool, great tools that you can implement immediately and work on. It's absolutely free, so please use it anytime you want. Share with your friends. There's no copyright on it. And if you want to work on a very specific situation or something that's truly unique to you, there's a couple of ways you can do it. The first one, we can have one-on-one conversation through a Zoom call or Skype. And option B, you can join me at my workshops. I have a schedule available at esterosher.com, and normally I do my workshops on Sunday. And in those workshops, we are going to work on many different situations and life scenarios. So I look forward to seeing you either on my personal consultation on my YouTube channel, or you can also join me on my workshop days. Have an amazing day, and please subscribe.